there have been continuous debates and arguments about colonization in Africa.
All right.
And many Africans believe that Africa is still being controlled by our former colonial masters. What do you think about this? And what's your position about Africa's political and economic emancipation?
All right. So thank you very much on that one too. So the reason why African economies are predominantly socialist. Socialism is very dominant in Africa than in any part of the world. In Africa, almost all the countries, they practice some kind of socialism or communism. This is because they attribute colonialism and neo-colonialism to capitalism or to the free market system. But what they miss is that capitalism did not lead to any colonialism.
Okay.
Colonialism is as a result of imperialism. Capitalism was by trade. What happens is that capitalism is about globalization.
Okay.
Free trade and commerce among all nations. So through the capitalist nations in the Western world, they were practicing capitalism.
Yes.
So they became so developed. And through trade, they also came to Africa because capitalism is about exploring. It's about doing business. It's about selling all over the world. So it is capitalism that brought them to Africa. They came here to come and trade initially. Colonialism was just a secondary issue. It wasn't part of the agenda at all. It was later before these colonial powers decided that they should find a way to manage their trade as a result of the opposition from our chiefs in Africa. So greediness on the two parts.
Okay.
And most of the companies coming to Africa during the days of colonialism, most of them were also funded by their government. So capitalism did not actually lead to colonialism. Colonialism was a secondary issue. Capitalism was about the trade and the business. That is capitalism. It's got nothing to do with imperialism. It got nothing to do with colonialism. If there's anything like that, then it's a secondary issue. The primary issue is trade and business. That is what capitalism is about.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you think about Africa's political and economic emancipation now?
That's a very important question. There was one statement in British who said that a country is not free just because it has elected its own political leaders. And it is true. These colonial powers, they allow African leaders to elect their own political leaders, but they are still controlling economies. They are still controlling our politicians. Because what brings freedom, what brings emancipation is capitalism. It's free trade and commerce. It is private businesses that limit the power and the scope and the size of government. A country can never be free when its government controls all the means of production. There will be no freedom in that country because the power of the government is force. The government is not by reason. The government doesn't use its mind. There's not like mind. The government is force. And wherever there's force, there's what? Distraction. Force is only good for one thing, to be used against those who initiate force. That's only good side of a force. Apart from that, force doesn't work. It is mind, it is thinking, it is reason, it is thinking, planning, making decisions. That's what works. And that's a free market system. Private businesses, free individuals making their decisions, their economic decisions, their life decisions. That's what brings freedom. Not a centralized government that controls all the means and every aspect of human life. It doesn't work. What it leads to is slavery. So even though Africans are now electing our own political leaders, we are still not free because of bureaucracy. The government becomes so big and it's controlling all aspects of life. So it's like we have just replaced the white supremacy with a black supremacy. That's what's going on because socialism. Yes.
So
the only way that you can be free,
yeah,
is to embrace capitalism, to embrace free trade and commerce. That's the only way. There's no other way.